Our city is hosting the Hartford Nationals this week by Move United. It's the longest running and largest national sport championship for athletes with physical disabilities, visual impairment, and intellectual disabilities. I am joined by Paralympic gold medalist Matt Scott, also president of the West Michigan Sports Commission, Mike Gusweiler, and also Sean Butcher with Move United. Guys, thanks so much for being here. This is a really big deal that this is here in Grand Rapids. We kind of introduced our viewers at the end of last week, but I'll start off, again, thanks so much for being here. If anyone hasn't heard of the Hartford Nationals, what is this? What does this entail? And why is this such a big move, for our city?
Absolutely. Thanks, Julia, for having us.
Yeah.
So the Hartford Nationals is, as you said, the largest and longest running adaptive sports competition in the United States. This is the 68th year for this event.
Wow.
There are 423 athletes from 36 states that have convened and come to Grand Rapids, competing in 8 different sports. And this is a culmination for their journey this particular year. They had to qualify to get here, so there were 35 sanctioned competitions as part of, or across the country for them to compete in. And our partnership with the Hartford is more than 30 years, and they are here, and Matt's here in that role to basically surprise 4 athletes that happened earlier today.
Yeah, and I want to jump to that, and we're going to talk more about every little detail. But Matt, first of all, you are a Paralympic gold medalist in wheelchair basketball, which is so cool, and I want to hear about that in a moment. But you were a part of something really special today. Tell us a little bit about what happened earlier on.
Well, I'm happy that you asked, because that's my favorite part of the tournament. It's amazing. We were able to gift 4 pieces of adaptive sports equipment to deserving athletes in one Hartford Human Achievement Award, which is a grant that's given to them based on their merit and not just their athletic achievements. The equipment is really important because not only does it help them become active and competitive, it's also, the adaptive sports equipment is 15 times more expensive than for a non-adaptive athlete.
Wow.
So this is why these moments are so important. I was given my first adaptive sports equipment as a donation, so to see the kids smile and to see what they're going to do next is really, really important for me, and I was just excited to be a part of the moment.
So cool. And we're going to get more into this, but this event really is a pipeline to the Olympics. So let's get into that, because I think it is just so cool and so many people. Tell me a little bit about your, path to becoming a Paralympic gold medalist. Just incredible. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. Well, no one gets to the Paralympics without the proper support, and the Hartford has been supporting me for many years right now. And as a 5-time Paralympian, being able to reach the gold medal stand, it means everything. But it means even more when you can go back and you can celebrate it with the people that have supported you. Yeah.
And as far as this event here in Grand Rapids, we'll turn to you. This is in conjunction with Mary Free Bed. This is in conjunction with the West Michigan Sports Commission, which is your shtick. Tell me a little bit about how all of these organizations are so, ingrained in each other and making this week happen.
Yeah, you heard some of the numbers of the people attending and where they're coming from and the personal impact stories that come out of it. As the West Michigan Sports Commission, our role is to be an economic generator in our community by bringing events in that bring people from all over the country, and they stay in our hotels and eat in our restaurants. But bringing a major event like this that has the type of impact it has, and Matt really is a great example of the heights you can reach by breaking down perceived barriers, and that's special to us. And working with Mary Free Bed, Wheelchair and Adaptive Sports, who do that day in, day out through many different programs, really exposes that, and bringing something national in, like the Hartford Nationals, grows that impact that much more.
And the number of sports is pretty tremendous that's a part of this event this week. It's sort of, a little bit of everything that we'll see this week. What does sort of the schedule, I guess, look like as far as, people competing in all of these different activities?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have some athletes that are multi-sport, so they compete in multiple sports throughout the week. But we kicked it off with essentially wheelchair tennis and para-standing tennis. We just wrapped up 2 days of track and field. But we also have, then now we're transitioning to other sports like para-triathlons tomorrow.
Wow.
We have swimming, archery, air rifle. We've got bocce is a new sport this year. So it's really exciting, and we're using multiple venues here in Grand Rapids. So you'll see a lot of our athletes throughout the Grand Rapids region.
Yeah, and Mike, I know that we're here this year for the Hartford Nationals, but also next year, which is a big deal. This is a bidding situation similar to the Olympics and other major sporting events. I know you were touching on just how tremendous this is for the community, but knowing that it's going to expand into next year too is incredible.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity. Anytime you can get a cycle of 2 years in a row,
Yeah.
I think it's good for the rights holder or the organization like Move United, and then the host organizations, because we get to know each other in that first year. We get to certainly identify where there are some needs and some opportunities to grow it into the next year. We're hitting out of the park this year, no question. Our staff is doing a great job with Move United staff and the support we have from the Hartford. And next year, there's no question it's going to be 10 times better.
And Matt, I know that you had a really special couple of moments today providing, helping to give that equipment to some people here in our community. For events like this one, obviously kind of that pipeline to even, higher heights, if you will. What do events like these, mean to you and also to just other athletes, or following that similar incredible path?
Well, first of all, this being here in Michigan means a lot to me. I'm a Michigan kid,
Yeah.
growing up here. But also, these events is where the kids fall in love with the sport, and this is where they fall in love with the sport. And once they fall in love with it, that's when they can go ahead and excel. Being able to play in the right equipment is so important.
Yeah.
We can't just go out in whatever chairs
Right.
and play. We have to play in specialized equipment. And being able to have that specialized equipment and being able to excel means everything. And that's why moments like I was a part of today mean so much.
And Sean, for you, I mean, obviously not anyone can compete in this event. You have to qualify for this event, and then so many things are possible afterward. What's the impact you've seen with Move United on, those who do compete? This is children all the way up to older adults. The impact in being able to be a part of this competition and then, maybe even higher up, what does that look like from your perspective?
Yeah, absolutely. Regardless of where the athlete is in their journey, whether they want to just be active, build a community, participate in sport. Not every athlete will be a Paralympian like Matt.
Right.
But and so as long as they give it their all and they're giving it their all at competition, that might be their end goal. But this is very much a big community. So athletes come together every year. Like I said, it's been a long-standing event. So they come together, they build relationships with other athletes across the country. So it is a big deal. But as you mentioned, in terms of it being a pipeline, 62% of all Team USA athletes that competed at Paris just last year in 2024 were either part of this event or another Move United program or activity. And Mary Free Bed is actually one of those activities. So Mary Free Bed is a member organization of Move United. And so in addition to the West Michigan Sports Commission and Mary Free Bed being a local host and partner, they're also a member organization. So athletes can have a local program to participate in, and that's how they get their start.
Yeah, so great to have that local connection and then, just budding off from there to wherever else that may go. Matt, if you don't mind, can you tell us just a little bit more, your path to, the Paralympic stand? I mean, just, a once in a lifetime experience that many of us, will never experience. Can you give us just a few more details about what that was like for you and, life afterwards?
Yes, of course. Well, I started as a 14-year-old kid, just in love with wheelchair basketball. I just continued to play. I went on through the collegiate ranks. I played at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, where I was recruited and made my first national team when I was 18.
Wow.
So played all the way through from 2004 and all the way through 2022, where I retired. A lot of fun stories in between there,
Yeah.
a lot of triumphs, but this community is what's so important, and it always kept me going. Events like this, he was saying some of the friendships that are built. The friendships that I've made at events like these will last a lifetime, and these are really special events.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. Okay, so if people are hearing about this and hey, I want to check this out, I want to learn more, I want to watch these athletes compete, what do folks need to know? This runs all week long. It's really just getting started. What details do people need to know if they want to, come be a part of this in some way?
Absolutely. So the schedule is at thehartfordnationals.org. You can actually see what activities are on which day and which venues. But all events are free and open to the public. So we would invite everybody to come down and just check it out. I think there are still opportunities even to volunteer if you're looking to get more involved involved.
Yeah.
And like Mike said, we'll be back next year. So,
Yeah.
you know, just build this into your schedule for next year. We're here roughly the same time frame next July, and so we're looking forward to obviously coming back.
Absolutely. Guys, anything else I didn't ask that you just want folks at home to know about this great event?
Well, I'd add that, yeah, we're not even halfway through. We still have a lot of activity tomorrow morning. Para-triathlon at Millennium Park. We've got para-powerlifting at Mary Freebed YMCA. Boccia still coming up, archery, swimming. So a lot there to really take in, but you know, as Sean said, volunteers are needed to help put this on, make sure the athletes are safe, but also support them and encourage them along the way.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for being in here and talking about this. I'm so excited to see, you know, all the attention that this gets this week, and then, or also, of course, it's going to be back next year, which is so awesome. So thanks, guys, so much for being here.
Thank you.